Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley. Today at this time, per usual, we will be looking at Toefl again, and we're concluding our course, our series, rather, courses will come later. We're concluding our series on Toefl writing. So today we're all going to take the test together. We're going to look at it. We'll be looking at the entire Toefl writing test, which consists of 50 minutes, task 1, 20 minutes, in which you will do some reading, and then you will listen to a lecture or spoken audio from usually it's from a professor, possibly a student, whoever. It's really irrelevant. And then you will see the reading again, and you need to write approximately 150 to 200 words summarizing why the lecturer either agrees or disagrees with the reading passage. So it's very crucial that you make notes. So anybody joining this class, have your pencil and your paper ready, because you're going to need to make notes just as you would in the actual Toefl test. And then we'll look at question 2, which is an opinion piece. And we'll try doing this together. Hello, Oswaldo. Okay. Folks are starting to join the class now, so I'll say hello. Hi, Nihan. Nihan?
Hi, Oakley. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I woke up 1 hour ago, and I will have to go work 1 hour later, and I'm here.
I woke up 1 hour ago, and 2 cups of coffee later, here I am.
Yes. Yes. 6 in the morning in Turkey.
6 in the morning? Are you crazy? Go back to bed.
No, I will go to work.
Okay, if you have to. What's your work, if you don't mind?
I'm an accountant, but I'm an accountant in an medical department, but I have work today, unfortunately. It's Saturday and
or maybe, Nan, maybe fortunately. Now. Many people in the world wish they had your job.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's look at the bright side, shall we?
Like Pollyanna.
I like Pollyanna. Very good. Nice reference. Okay, well, welcome to the class. I'm glad you joined us, and you're fun to talk to, obviously.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you for joining us. Will, where did you go? Okay, I'm going to say hello to a few more people. Hi, Adam. Is your microphone working today?
Yes, hi, teacher. Yes! Good.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. All right, cool. I'm very happy that your microphone's working. All right, very cool. Nice. All right, good. Nice to talk to you, Adam.
Yeah, well, nice to talk to you.
All right. I'm glad you could join. Hi, Andre. How are you today?
Hi, okay. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for joining. Always glad to see you, man. Hello, Diego. Diego, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Diego, are you typing furiously?
Excuse me?
Are you typing furiously?
No.
Okay, it sounded like you're pounding on your keyboard, like playing it like a accordion. Okay.
No.
Maybe that's just me. All right. Okay. All right. Mine. Hi, Mine.
Hello.
Hi. Long time no see. How are you?
Yes, I am fine. How are you?
I'm good. Isn't it past your bedtime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure I can finish the class, but I will attend the first maybe
Okay.
half part.
All right. Well, I'm always really happy to have you in the class. Thanks for joining. All right.
Thank you.
Hello, Stephanie. Stephanie. I'm talking to you. Hi, Stephanie. Hello. Okay. Hi, Will.
Hi.
How are you
How are
doing?
you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Great, thanks.
Thanks for joining, Will.
You are taking your cup of tea, or what is?
Actually, I've had 2 enormous cups of coffee already, and now I'm drinking.
Coffee.
Now I'm drinking water.
Good.
And when I say enormous, really, I'm talking about enormous. Makes Starbucks Grande look tiny. Do you have Starbucks, Will, where you live?
Well, there is not, because I live in Colombia today's, and we have this is a great.
Okay, you live in.
coffee shop.
Okay, you live in Colombia, the world's,
Yes.
famous for, like, the world's
Yes.
best coffee. All right.
Exactly.
Yes. So, do you have Starbucks? Well,
We have, but only a few of them. Because
Good.
we have any other
What are they-
shop.
what are they doing in Colombia? You already have great coffee. What do you need Starbucks for? Crazy. Yeah, Nihan, I agree. Starbucks are everywhere. Insane. All right. Okay, guys. Now I have to talk to you. I have to be upfront and honest. Today my plan was I have a copy of the software of the actual Toefl test, and I was going to run that for you, but as it turns out, I'm a technological idiot. Insane. All right. Okay, guys. Now I have to talk to you. I have to be upfront and honest. Stephanie? Thank you, Nihan. Stephanie, you can't run the Verbling window and the Hangouts window. Otherwise, everything plays twice, and we hear it twice. Stephanie as well, or for any viewers out there, or for anyone, this whole thing's going to work a lot better if you have a microphone and headphones. Headphones will prevent sound from your surrounding area from being broadcast to all of us all over the world. And a microphone, of course, will allow me to hear you a lot better. Okay, as I was saying, I was apologizing to the class. I have for anyone. This whole thing's going to work a lot better if you have a microphone. Okay. Anyway, I have software that would allow me to play the entire Toefl. And a microphone, of course, will allow me to hear Stephanie. You a lot better. Okay, as I was saying, I was apologizing to the class. I have for anyone. Stephanie, please mute your microphone or we're going to have to block you. Okay? Please. Thank you. Okay. I have software that allows me to play the whole Toefl test, but I realize because it is the whole Toefl test, it captures the entire screen and will not allow you to look at anything else to prevent a person from possibly cheating and, looking at Wikipedia for answers. So, stupid me, I forgot that, and I didn't realize there's no way to minimize or do a screen capture so I can share this software, this test with you. Don't say such a thing. What thing, Nian?
Say I'm stupid. You say I'm an idiot, and
well.
such and technical issues.
No, I am, Nian. I'm just being honest.
You're a great teacher.
Yes, I am a great teacher, but as far as technology, I'm a moron. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and frankly, as far as technology goes, you guys can help me a lot because I'm kind of dense. Anyway, it's the real test, so of course it captures the whole screen and will not allow you to do anything else because, of course, a person taking the test with this software could look on Wikipedia or something for answers. So I cannot share this with you, so I have to go with my backup plan today. But we're still going to take the test today. All right? I'm just going to have to do screen shares of captures, which is okay. We can do that. All right. Again, today we're looking at the Toefl writing test. What do you mean? Stephanie? I don't know what I mean. Anyway, today we're taking the Toefl writing test together. So let's just jump in and do it. I'm going to do a screen share with you. You most likely would be taking Toefl IBT, which is online on the computer. Everything is, your instructions and everything will be on the computer, and you will have a timer, which will help you keep track of your time. And you'll see the screen, and we're going to do this together now, all right? So the narrator will introduce the question once you get past the initial instructions, and you'll see something, you'll see and hear something like this. Now read a passage about the suppression of forest fires. You have 3 minutes to read the passage. All right, now we're going to test your reading skills. Okay, screenshot. Okay, you have pause section. You have a timer. You can see up here in the upper right-hand corner, that's where your timer is going to be. Please note that the volume button is up here. You're going to want to make sure that you have your volume set correctly during the Toefl test. Keep your headphones on, people, because the narrator will talk to you from time to time. There's a help button, which will only give you instructions, if you're a technological idiot like me, about how to use the screens. They're very simple instructions, by the way. There's a next button, so you can click to the next page. There's a hide time button. Don't touch that. Whatever you do, you're going to need your timer. Okay, so let's do this. Let's read the passage together. I'm going to have you guys do this because I'm reasonably sure I can read it. Oh, whoa, whoa. People disappearing. Come back. What are you doing, Will? Okay. Adam.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. I'm going to just go...
We have connectivity problems.
What's that? I'm sorry, Adam?
I'm here.
Okay. Adam, can you do me a favor and read the... I'm going to just ask different students to read this. Now, okay, as Adam is reading this, I'm going to have you guys take turns reading the paragraphs. All of you, please make notes. Make notes. Keep in mind the main points of the passage, because they're going to relate to the speaking part you're going to hear in just a couple minutes. So Adam, can you read this for me, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Wilderness management has advanced greatly over the last century, due in part to such practices as suppression of forest fires and limitations on the clear cutting of trees. Monitoring forests for small brush fires is easier with aircraft, as is the use of large amounts of water and sophisticated chemical fire extinguishers to prevent fires from spreading.
Very good. Thank you. Pronunciation, wilderness. The first word here, wilderness. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Izzy, hello. Izzy, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Izzy. Am I saying your name correctly? Is it Izzy?
Aizu.
Izzy.
Or call me Aiko, which is much easier.
Aiko.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Aizu is my Chinese name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm Japanese.
You're Japanese?
Yes.
Do you know what Aiko means in like
It means lab. I means lab, and ko means children.
Have you ever heard an English song called Aiko Aiko?
I know.
You do?
Yeah, my UK friend sent me a link to this song.
Really? Okay. I love that song. I used to live in New Orleans. It's like a theme song. Okay, anyway. I digress. Would you mind reading this next passage?
Yeah, sure. The goals of decreasing the amount of destruction by fires and cutting are wide-ranging. One is simply the longer lives and improved health of trees. In some areas of hickory and oak forest on the eastern seaboard, fire suppression has allowed the maturation of so many trees that the tree tops from a continuous canopy.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, Diego. Diego, are you there? All right, Mine,
Yes.
would you mind reading the next paragraph for us?
Okay. There is evidence of the healthful effect of fire suppression closer to the ground as well. Wild and low bushes that would be burned out in a forest fire can flourish when fires are suppressed, of course, but there is a more indirect way fires harm plant life. Chemical tests on areas that have recently experienced forest fires demonstrate that burning decreasing the overall amount of the nutrition in the soil, suppressing fires prevents such a decrease. Ferns, wildflowers, and herbs grow without disturbance.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, Nihan, can you pick up this last paragraph?
Sure.
Thank you.
Finally, wildlife can benefit. In the eastern hickory and oak forest, the suppression of fires has meant that forest animals, ranging from small insects and birds to large deer and bears, are not burned to death. Their population in particular have increased notably.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so you will have a certain amount of time to read this. They will tell you how much time. Okay, in this case, you would have had 3 minutes. Sometimes that time may be different. Usually it's 3 minutes. All right, the next thing you will hear, you'll see some silly screen like this. Oh, okay. You'll see a screenshot. Now notice, woohoo, forest fires, lack of light, competition, increase in deer population. Wow. If you're paying attention in your test, you may get clues from the screenshot that you have while you're listening to the audio. Oh my goodness. They're very, very helpful this time. Woohoo. We've got 3 points. We've got the topic. Ooh, aren't you guys lucky? All right, now everyone please be quiet. I'm going to now play the audio that we hear. Again, I encourage you to make notes. In particular, pay attention to the main points of the speaker. All right, please listen carefully and take notes.
Now read the passage about the suppression of forest fires. You have 3 minutes to read the passage. Begin reading now.
Okay, we did that part, obviously.
Now listen to part of a lecture on the topic you just read about.
For years, forest fires were regarded as uniformly destructive, and forest managers put a lot of effort into preventing them. But it turns out that fire suppression may have destructive long-term effects on the forests it's supposed to protect. For instance, mature oaks have grown so thickly in some places that little light reaches the forest floor. But young oak trees need light in order to grow properly. The lack of light has meant that new oaks aren't maturing rapidly enough to replace the older oaks. It also means that other tree species that don't need so much light, such as maples, are invading oak and hickory forests and competing for resources. There are competition problems at ground level, too. What forest fires, both natural and artificial, used to do is burn off some of the plants on the forest floor before they could grow into huge thickets. Now they run wild over the ground. And again, that means it's hard for young trees and other native plants to grow. Then there's the increase in the deer population. This partially results from the lack of forest fires and partially from limitations on hunting. But the thing is, deer like to eat the leaves off oak saplings. So if one of those oak seedlings somehow does manage to get a good start, despite the shade and all the other plants competing for nutrients, it's likely to be killed by having its leaves eaten. Oh, and one other thing. Scientists are now finding that forest fires release nutrients from the plants and animals that are burned. That means that even though the total amount of nutrients is decreased, there can actually be more nutrients available on the soil's surface for plants that are trying to grow back afterward.
Summarize the points made in the lecture you just heard, explaining how they challenge specific claims made in the reading passage. You may refer to the passage as you write.
Okay, okie doke. Now, you would be able to get ready to answer. Okay, you may use your notes. All right. You'll hear the prompt. You'll see a screen that looks something like this. It'll give directions. You have 20 minutes to plan and write. In the Toefl test, you have 20 minutes. When your time's over, you can't go back. So use your 20 minutes effectively. It will restate the question, so if you didn't hear it, you do have a chance to look at it again. Also, you're going to have the reading passage again. Hooray, thank goodness. All right, now your task is your mission, should you choose to accept it. Summarize the points made in the lecture. Explain how they cast doubt on the contents of the reading. Okay, it's either going to be one of two things in the first question. Either the lecturer will agree or disagree, and you have to explain the specific points where they agree and where they don't agree. How many points were there?
3 points.
Yes, Minay. And yes, Minay, I apologize. It's not the real test, and we're doing a kind of a little bit easier version for sure. And I'm giving you clues up the yin-yang. Yes, absolutely. I know I'd like to challenge you more, but I really wanted to. I'm so disappointed this morning. I was drinking gallons of coffee trying to get it to work. But anyway, okay. There were 3 points. You're exactly right. Let me test you now. Hopefully you've made good notes. Nihan. Nihan?
Yes.
Can you give me one of the main points?
No, I cannot. I couldn't hear properly the
okay.
voice, and I
Really?
cannot catch
Long
any
time.
word.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Stephanie, are you there? All right. Will,
Yeah.
did you, were you able to hear the audio properly?
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me one of the main points that you would need to write about?
Okay. In the last year, forest guardians were caring about to prevent burnings in forests.
Okay.
Because
Wait a minute. Let's restart. What is the main topic? So in our first paragraph, we're going to introduce. The 3 points will probably translate to your organization. 3 paragraphs discussing each point. So what is the main topic? What are we talking about, Will?
lack of light.
Okay, that's one of the points. What is the? I'm sorry, I'm confusing you. I jumped ahead. What is the main topic controlling idea of the reading and the listening? What are they talking about in general?
In general, how good is to renew to renew to renew
Renew.
to renew the floor in the forest by burning.
By what? You're
Burning?
doing good. Burning. Yeah. Okay. All right. Very good. How the forest floor is renewed, or what happens to the forest after burning or forest fire. Okay.
Forest fire.
Forest fire. When the forest burns, we call it a forest fire. Will, where are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Do you have forest fires? I knew that. Obviously. Coffee. We talked about it. Do you have forest fires?
Yes, we have.
Okay. All right. So if you, for example, you have a topic that, okay, I know forest fires, they happen in my country. Think about that. Your thinking process, you should be thinking about how you're familiar with this topic, because that will help you brainstorm vocabulary. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Adam.
Yes, teacher.
Hi. All right.
Hi.
So our topic sentence, or our topic idea, we're first going to write about, okay, the lecturer is speaking about the effects of forest fires on the forest floor. I really liked what Will said, the forest floor. That was good. So what are the 3 main points? What is one point that the lecturer disagrees with the reading? Can you give me one point?
we the forest managers and we need to burn off some of the plants like oak trees and mature oaks as well trees.
Okay, it burns off the mature oaks. That's correct. And all right, so okay, the three main points. Can you sum up one point? Yes. All right. The forest fires burn off the mature trees. That is correct. Now, okay, the reading expresses that, but they talk about, okay, they talk about, yeah, Osvaldo, you're correct. It is about the competition in nature to survive. You're right. So when we burn off the trees, a key word I would say in what you're talking about, Adam, is the canopy. Do you know the word canopy?
I suggest it. I guess it means lack of plants or what?
The canopy actually has two meanings. We talk about it with trees, or if you put a kind of a tent over you so that you have shade, that's called a canopy. Sometimes in the front of your house you may have a tent or something to give you shade. So, okay, it burns off mature trees. So the reading expresses that the mature trees provide a canopy, but the lecturer says the lack of light from the canopy, it's like having shade in your house, prevents other kind of plants from growing and young plants from growing. As Osvaldo says on the outside, yes, competition. Okay, so the first point being that the lecturer says the lack of light, you know, that forest fires are not, you know, cannot be good. All right, Diego, what is another point that the lecturer makes? Can you think of another? Diego? Okay. Mariella. Hi, Mariella. How are you? Mariella, are you there? Oh, jeez. Okay, and Nihan didn't hear it. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to help you guys. All right. When I listened, when I did the reading, I noted that there were 3 points. 1, 2, 3. I write down the 3 points. I wrote down in the reading, mature trees. Second, plants, ferns, wildflowers. 3, wildlife. Now the reading contends that forest fires are good for these reasons. They help wildlife, they help small plants, and they're saying they help mature trees. But the lecturer, again in my notes, 1, 2, 3. Can you see that? 3 points. As I'm writing notes, I'm going to do that every time in question 1. I'm going to write down now the 3 points that contend. Number 1, I wrote canopy, lack of light. Number 2, competition, small plants crowd out trees. Trees or old growth cannot grow when there's a forest fire. Many small plants crowd out young trees and they take over. I didn't write all that. I wrote competition, thickets crowd out. 3, deer, prolific, kill baby trees. All right? Great. Wildlife thrives, but the wildlife needs to eat. So the wildlife eats the trees, which prevents the forest from growing back. The overall idea being in the reading that forest fires renew the forest floor, but the lecturer says forest fires actually are destructive to the forest. So in our writing, we're going to introduce what it is, and then point 1, point 2, point 3, 1, 2, 3 paragraphs, and then a conclusion. The conclusion, we're just going to state that the lecturer, it's right there already, the lecturer disagrees with the reading for several reasons. And then very quickly note the 3 points in your last paragraph. Always use this basic structure. There's going to be 2 or 3 points. If there's 2 points, then you're going to have 4 paragraphs. Introduction, point 1, point 2, conclusion. If there's 3 points, 5 paragraphs. Keep it simple. Just stay to this basic translation of your organization. How many points dictates how many paragraphs. Organization in the TOEFL writing is half your score. You can get a score from 0 to 5. If you organize your paragraphs, even if your writing is not that good, I guarantee you'll have at least a 2. Even if you're writing nonsense. This is half the battle, is your organizing. The key to doing that is making good notes and understanding that point 1, point 1, point 2, point 2, point 3, point 3. The speaker and the reading are going to match, and furthermore, the reading will go in a certain order, point 1, point 2, point 3, and the speaker will match that order. Okay, point 1, point 2, point 3. This will help you when you're making notes to stay organized. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry if you could not hear the audio. All right, let's move on to task 2, which is straight up opinion. Does anybody have any questions about task 1?
Yes.
Okay.
I have one.
Well,
actually, I don't understand exactly how can I do a good organization because you say you organize your information in order to set or considering these 3 points, 1 or no, 2 words. But my question is, when you hear and when you 3 points, then and 2 or 2 points are the same? I mean, are the same points in the reading and in the received information in the recording?
okay, you're
Are you hearing me?
not very well, honestly. Well, I can't hear you very well. You're kind of breaking up when you're speaking. So I'm not sure of your question. You're asking about the points and how do you make notes? Hello? Is that your question? Or are you asking about how to best make notes? Yes.
Yes,
yeah, nodding, I can understand. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know if you can see my notes, but I'm in at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You notice how I have my notes. I write the topic, what I think the topic is on the top. Wilderness, forest fires, all right? And I actually write 1, 2, 3. And I separate them. I know 1 corresponds to 1. 1 and 1 go together. I know, before I even take the test, that the speaker is going to either strongly agree or strongly disagree. It's going to be one or the other, because I know the format of the test. So I know each point is going to match And they're going to go in order. All right, the reading and the speaking will match. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question or not. Oh.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, all right. So I know beforehand the structure of my notes. I know the structure of the test, so I before I even hear the test, I'm going to write 1, 2, 3 on my note paper. Before I hear anything or read anything, I know there's going to be points. I know the points are going to be the body of my writing. All right, which is the main part. It's actually, you know, it's pretty easy to do an introduction and a conclusion. It's not so hard. He's talking, you know, introduction. They're talking about the reading, and the speaker are talking about forest fires and renewal of the forest floor. Actually, as you said in the introduction, and the speaker disagrees with the reading passage on 3 main points. Okay, that's it. My introduction is done. And then my next paragraph, I will introduce it by saying the first point is, or first of all, to begin with, something like that. And then I'll talk about first point. The second paragraph, I will say, secondly, the speaker notes, or the second point is, after that, the speaker says, and then third point, the last point is, the final point is, something like that. I will introduce the third point. It's very important to have these leading phrases in your writing. Extremely important. It shows your organization. It shows that you understand points 1, 2, 3. And then finally, I will write in to summarize, or in conclusion, the speaker strongly disagrees for 3 main points. And I will extremely briefly summarize the 3 points. The speaker talks about his concerns about the lack of light due to the canopy, as well as the competition from small plant life crowding out young trees. And lastly, the speaker talks about prolific wildlife actually eating the small trees. And that's it. And you're done. And hopefully. Okay, so really the keys are knowing how to organize, using those leading phrases, and really making good notes. 1, 2, 3. I actually put numbers in my notes so I know where I am. I'm an idiot technologically and other ways. I actually have to make numbers, all right? I'm trying to make it easy on myself. So really, my notes are my outline. Just like you make an outline, topic, sentence, 1, 2, 3, conclusion. My notes are my outline. So I've already done half of my work. I've already done my preparation to write, because it's important to prepare before you write. All right? So I'm trying to save you time. Why am I teaching you to do this? Because it's timed. You only have 20 minutes. You can't make random notes and then organize an outline, then write, then proofread in 20 minutes. You don't have the time. All right? So do 2 steps at once. Cool. Right? Okay. Oswaldo no habla español. Sorry.
No, of course not. I'm not going to speak in Spanish.
It's okay. Oswaldo, though, I will join you in Spanish classes, though. I also try to learn. Actually, I live in the Philippines. I'm trying to learn Tagalog, which I don't know. It's an uphill battle. I feel for you guys learning a second language. I really do, as I am also doing the same thing. I really do. It's really difficult. I know. All right. All right. We've only got 15 minutes left. But in my opinion, task 1 is actually more difficult. Task 2 is a straight-up opinion piece. All right? For this task, you will write an essay in which you state, explain, and support your position on an issue. In other words, you give your opinion. Task 2, you have more time. You have 30 minutes. Now, you do have to write more. In task 1, they want 150 to 200 words, somewhere in there. In task 2, they demand and expect you to write 300 words. It's going to be quite simple. You're going to see something like this. Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? A university education should be provided free of charge to all interested scholars. All right. Let's talk about our beginning sentence. First of all, of course, the thing you have to do immediately, what is your opinion? Do you agree or do you disagree? Nihan.
Yes.
So,
can I take the question again?
yes, you can. Hold on. Here you go. Here it is. Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? A university education should be provided free of charge to all interested scholars.
Yes, I agree. Because everyone should go to educate freely. Maybe the poor cities have not enough money to educate their children, and some of sorry, I hear my voice twice. It's hard to talk. Yes, I agree totally.
Okay, okay. All I need you to do is decide. The first thing you're going to decide, do I agree or disagree? Next, I'm going to form my first sentence. You're jumping way ahead. You're trying to give me reasons, and that's okay. But first of all, I'm trying to do a writing test, so I have to think about my organization. First, I want to think about my topic sentence. All right, so let's say we agree. What is my topic sentence going to be? What is it going to look like? Well,
everyone deserves free education, maybe topic sentence.
Okay, that's good. Oswaldo, please.
Yes, I think that we could write, I strongly agree. We can begin with.
Tell me again.
We can begin with that.
Please.
With that sentence. So, I strongly agree.
Yes, very good, Oswaldo. You're going to start with, in my opinion, from my perspective, or in fact, if you strongly agree, I strongly agree. Yes, because the question is, do you agree or disagree? So that's a very good way to start. I strongly agree that...
okay.
Go ahead.
I strongly agree because everyone has the right to have access to good education. And
okay, that's your overall idea. You're not going to give your points. You're not going to say because, la da 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 da. That's each new point you make is going to be a new paragraph. That's good, Oswaldo. Very good. All right? That's the idea. Right. I strongly agree because everyone has a right to a good education. That's a general statement. Good. Thank you. Very good. That's how you start. There are several reasons why I believe this. Maybe your second sentence. Remember, we're trying to get 300 words. So immediately writing, I agree because blah, 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 not a good strategy. You need to fill up your page with 300 words. So Oswaldo has a very good strategy. I like it a lot. All right, then think about what are your points going to be. All right, again, you can write notes. So, like I made notes when I was reading and listening, I'm also going to make notes. I might write my topic sentence. I
An
strongly
outline.
agree.
Maybe.
An outline, thank you.
Outline. Okay.
That is correct. You're going to make an outline. You should. It takes time, but it's worth it, because if you have an outline or a skeleton or a map of what you're going to write, in the long run, it will actually save you a lot of time. And it will keep you focused, and it will keep your writing in order. All right, so what might be some of our points? Adam, do you agree or disagree, first of all?
I actually I have agreed in some points and disagree in other points.
Okay.
Oh.
Thanks for saying that. All right. You know what? If you guys were taking an IELTS test, I might recommend that sometimes it's a good idea to say I agree and disagree. It gives you more to talk about. But TOEFL is harder because you only have a limited amount of time, and it's easier to pick one side or the other. Regardless of what you truly believe, you may actually pick the opposite of your own personal beliefs, simply because you can think of more points. All right?
Yeah.
You're not really trying to win an argument. You're trying to do well on the TOEFL test. That's your objective, right? So it is a lot easier, so you don't have to write point, counterpoint, point, counterpoint. You're already doing that in task 1, which is what makes task 1 so difficult. So make it easier for yourself in task 2. So Adam, if you have to pick one or the other, which would you pick? Do you agree or disagree everyone should get free university education?
Yes, I agree. Yeah,
okay. What might be a point that you could make? Remember, each point is a paragraph. What is a point that you could make? Why? Do you agree?
I agree because the university education is very important to enhance and develop the country, and make and enrich the workers, with their good study.
Okay.
And what they need.
Adam, keep it simple.
What they have skill.
You just made like 3 points. Keep it simple. It will help the country. It will help the workers.
Yeah.
It will help them with their skill. Keep it simple, okay? You just made 3 points. You just made 3 paragraphs. Things to talk about in 3 paragraphs. All right? Nice brainstorming, by the way. Really, that was good. Pretty quick. All right? You have to quickly think of different points that you're going to use as different paragraphs. So Adam, you are being timed, so if you can wham, 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 come up with 3 points, woohoo! You're on a good start. Okay, Diego, I haven't been able to talk to you all class. Are you there? Okay. Oswaldo. All right, looks like you're full of points. Tell me what you seem passionate about this. All right. What's one of your points?
One of my points would be education. It's a tool for improving your life. Because education is a tool for improving your life. That could be a point.
Okay, but remember we're doing that. Okay, that is a point, and that's good. But I want to remind you that you're doing an academic essay. So be careful about your pronouns. you're going to use a lot of passive tense. A person's life could be changed by having a better education. You're talking about, don't say you shouldn't be writing that way. You could have a much better life if you're well educated. Talk about outside, third person. A person's life could be improved by using education. A person's life could be improved. All right. A lot of passive tense.
One question. So do we have to write an academic essay?
Yes.
Oh, baby.
Big solid yes. Big fat yes. Yeah, the entire yes.
I hear my voice again, but in the academic essay, I guess we should use our ideas, but when we think about our ideas, we should take one example to the opposite. When we say we agree, but we should use the opposite effects of the issues. Maybe in this essay we can use yes, education should be free, but despite of this, government should earn the money, not to earn the money to the personal or the the other kind of this. They should earn money to the students.
Okay. If I may try to rephrase, you're saying you should bring up contrasting points?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
Maybe one contrast.
Now notice that Nian said, in spite of this, use the correct language. On the other hand, of course, some people think, yeah, absolutely, you got to write 300 words. So if you want to bring up contrasting points in your writing, yeah, that looks good and it will give you more material to work with. Good. Yes, you can do this. You don't have to, but it does help, and it will show that you have a broader vocabulary. Also, if you're going to use contrasting points and use phrases like on the other hand, or in spite of this, as you just gave us an example, it forces you to use subordinate clauses and more complex sentences. Wow, suddenly your sentence structure is better.
I have one question.
Yes.
So, do we have to use more complex grammar structures in this kind of essay?
It will help you, but thinking about grammar while you're taking a TOEFL or IELTS or TOEIC test is just silly. Either you have it or you don't. You can't create what's not there. Don't worry about your grammar. That's the last thing you should be worrying about. What you should be worrying about is your organization. That's it. That's it, baby.
Organize our ideas. Okay.
That's it. Don't be worried about, oh, can I come up with vocabulary? Can I come up with grammar? Hopefully, all of your studying and hard work will pay off now that you're taking the test. You can't be thinking about that because that will slow you down. That will slow down your thought process. Okay? So, yeah. Actually, you can concentrate on your organization. Concentrate on paraphrasing the question, giving a good topic sentence. Concentrate on your points. All right. Now, I really like what Nihan said. You can, as material, you can use a contrasting point. Absolutely. Keep it in the paragraph with your main point. With a, the point you're contrasting, keep it in organized in that same paragraph. Yes. Also, if you want to give examples from your own personal experience, from something you read on the internet, from a television documentary that you saw, whatever, use that. For example, and you know, if if you want to make up examples, you wouldn't say, okay, recent studies have shown that students who are granted a free education in the long run will have a higher income. Really? I totally just made that up. Woohoo! I just totally gave myself a paragraph. Recent studies have shown, you know what? No one's going to actually research and check there's no bibliography. No one's going to check to see if you've actually studied the Wall Street Journal. A recent article in the Wall Street Journal has shown that those given a free education have a higher education and contribute more to worthy causes. Bah! Who the heck knows? But I just said like 20 words, which is 20 words I can write. I can make up points. And as long as I do it with good English structure and vocabulary, yay, yippee, I win. You know, contrasting points will give you information, like Nihan said. Doing recent studies have shown will give you a point, one paragraph. You can make up stuff. All right, I have to go. I'm actually over time. Okay, Oswaldo, thank you for your questions. Thanks, and for your participation as well. Will, Nihan, Adam, thank you guys a lot. I really appreciate your questions. They help me. All right. Hello, Andrew. Why didn't you join? But okay. Hi, Andrew, outside the classroom.
Thank you, Oakley.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
And we'll